And I want to take some time. I usually talk about, market updates, but I did want to spend some time highlighting how thankful I am that I live in this country and for everything Martin Luther King has done for us, including in real estate. There has been a lot of discrimination that maybe people aren't aware of, and I wanted to share some of that because some of those things actually still have an impact. And as I grew up in South Los Angeles, I noticed things were different in my community. A lot of these things are because of laws that existed in the previous time. Um, Thanks be to God that we have the 14th Amendment that has helped us, and things are a lot more fair now. But the reality is that these things did happen. So, first to Native Americans, and in also to a lot of Japanese, East Indian, Filipino, Chinese. There were laws that actually prohibit Japanese people, Black people, Hispanics from purchasing land. And there's been a disparity. There's so many laws that happens from back all the way from 1883, 82, and there were also like laws that prohibited, you know, and they were built into the actual title of the homes. And when you're a realtor, sometimes you see titles and you'll see where they were crossed out. There were also zoning laws that were implemented when people were migrating from the South. Um, Black people moving from the South, they put that into zoning laws to restrict people where they could live. Then there were unfair lending practices. So banks would not lend on areas where were predominantly of minority people. And then there's also appraisal. So into the FHA law, there were rules that um, basically devalued home based on the ethnicity of the community. So those are all things that happened back then. You think, oh well, we're over it now. Well, even in 2021, there was some in Marin County, I believe, there was a couple that had, black couple had pictures of their home, and their appraisal came in under $1 million, and then they asked for a second appraisal, and the home came in valued over $1 million. So these things still happen. So now there's a form that lets people know that these things are still not okay, and we are all should receive a fair appraisal. So, as a broker and as a person in California, as a daughter of immigrants, I'm very thankful to Martin Luther King. He's always been one of my personal heroes for speaking out and really equaling the playing field for all of us. And I really believe America is a country where you can work hard, advance, and make a big difference in your life and for others. And I don't feel that the real estate laws that are in other countries are better than ours. There's a lot of countries where people can't even buy a house, and or if they do have a property and there's fruit on their property in communist countries, they have to give that, they're taxed on the profits that they generate from their land. Even it's just ridiculous what other people are dealing with. So yes, we've been through a lot, but compared to what we have in the entire world, I feel like I'm very grateful to be in this country. And I just wanted to share a little bit about these things. There's actual books that I've read talking about all these things, and I find it very interesting, like how zoning was used. Eminent domain is when the government takes over property, and how that was used against minorities. There's so many examples, like even in Manhattan Beach. A lot of people think of that place. There's an actual section that the government used eminent domain to take property from blacks, and then didn't use the land for anything. They just displaced a bunch of people because they didn't want black people there. And then the community complained. 50 years later, they built a park there. So these are all things that actually happen in our communities here in Southern California. It's very interesting, and I think it just makes me more grateful for what we have, and it makes me grateful to be able to purchase property and grow my investment portfolio and help other people buy homes. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, and then next I will talk about this market report. Um, so here you see this market report, and if any of you are interested in your particular county, I have a resource that will give you all the information related to your city. Um, I'm talking here about Ventura County, where I am now, but if you are in another county, I can provide this information for you. So here we have Ventura County. We have the median price, and year to date sales are down, as I've told you guys before, and inventory is at 2.7, and the median time on the market is 25 days. So when we put a house for sale, I like to look at all these information and then look at what is a competition doing, how long is it taking to sell a home, so then we can prepare for that. Let's see. I also wanted to share with you that if you need affordability calculator, like let's say you want to figure out how many bedrooms could you get, or how many rooms you can get based on your income and where you live, I have a calculator that I can walk you through to help you figure out how much you qualify for without having to run your credit, and we can sit down and make an appointment and work on that together. So this is a tool for sellers, but I also have tools for buyers. So if any of you are interested in buying a home or selling a home, I can show you the tools that you could keep looking at continuously to help you prepare. Okay. So that's it for today. I know it's a holiday, and I did want to just take some time to talk about that. If you guys have any questions about real estate, please let me know, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.